Hey gang, Greta Schulz, author of Sells Not to Sell and founder of Schulz Business Solutions. I get a lot of questions about what the best questions to ask are when you are interviewing a potential client or a prospect. Because certainly asking questions is one of the most important things that we can do. So what are the best questions to ask? Well, there's lots and lots of them. I mean, there really isn't, these are the best questions, but I can give you some examples of what I use and what I like. One of the things that you're really trying to do is get them to talk and get them to open up, because the more they're talking, the more they're engaged. And when they're engaged with you, as opposed to you pitching to them or selling to them, that's when the actual relationship and the selling stops and the buying starts. So one of the questions I ask is, in the past several years, we've had quite a shift in the economy. How has that affected you and your business? And, what have you done, since then? So if it allows them to talk a little bit about what's been going on, it allows them to talk about some of the changes they've made. And then, of course, the answer underneath that is, well, tell me about that. When you say you changed it for this, tell me about that. One of my favorite questions is, tell me about that, with any answer they give you. Another question is, I can say to them, in looking at your website, I noticed that you guys do this, or you have that product or service, or, I read in your news and press area, whatever. I noticed this on your website. Tell me about that. Why did you do that? What was the reason for that decision? Again, getting them to talk and reflecting back to something that they have on their own website. So it shows that you did a little bit of homework. That's important. Another thing you can do is reflect onto something that you noticed about their industry. It doesn't have to be specifically about them. You could ask a question like, I read in the Wall Street Journal that the such and such industry is going through this. Talk to me about how that's affecting you guys, or is it affecting you? So those are a couple of examples of questions that I use. They may or may not be particularly relevant for you, but if you get the idea of what I'm doing, hopefully that'll help you develop your own questions. Now, I have a list of other questions that I like and that I've heard and that I use. And if you'd like them, you can click below and download those absolutely at no cost. Just download them and print them out so you have them. Again, they're not miracle questions. They're questions to promote conversation. So I think if you like them and you use them, you need to tweak them and make them your own. But you can really start understanding the idea of asking good questions, to getting the person sitting across from you to kind of think and process. Because when they start doing that and they explain some things to you, what you do is sit back and listen, take some notes, and then go back to what you wrote and said, boy, it's interesting, you said this and this, tell me about that. So it really starts you engaging in a conversation that's a two-way conversation, and it ends the pitching idea. Good selling.